River City Construction is a utility infrastructure construction company. We are contracted by electrical utilities and communication companies to come in and build out their infrastructure, from distribution power lines as you see on the wooden poles to underground communication lines, transmission lines as well. Doing energized reconductoring work, pole change outs, maintenance, repairs, new construction, anything that the customers want us to do that we're capable of doing, we'll do. Right now, there's not enough linemen out there to do the work that the utility companies are demanding get done to upgrade the grid, just building out the wooden poles in front of your house, the conductors that carry the power to your home, especially if you're in a growing area. This is a career that is in high demand, from contractors to municipalities up to large investor owners. They want good line workers. And we at River City Construction want good line workers as well.
To be able to do your daily functions, you have to have electricity. So to me, you'll always need a lineman. And being a lineman ensures a good living. Once you get your foot in the door and you've got the feel of being a lineman, it's in your blood and there ain't no going back.
If you're just getting out of the military or you want to be part of something that's similar to the military, line work's a lot like that. You have a team, you have an obstacle, and you overcome it. No day is ever the same, hardly. One day it may be raining, the next day it may be snowing. You may need chains on your truck to get up the hill, and you need to find a way to lower the truck down so it doesn't fall off the cliff. It's just not black and white. You gotta be a mechanic, you gotta be a lineman, you gotta be able to think about things. You're not in an office every day. You have to tolerate the elements. Some days it's 100 degrees, some days it's 0 degrees. It takes a different type of person to do that.
One not afraid of work, one that can give it their all, and then another 50%. Someone that's willing to go over and beyond what they think they can do. It's an adventure every day, every day. It's always changing. It's something new every time you turn around. It's not as far as repetition of doing the same thing over and over again, working in a factory or something like that. It's outside. It's fun.
It's an adrenaline rush, and it's the look on people's faces after you turn the power back on that really makes it all worth it.
And it's not really about the job or the money, it's really you love to do the kind of work that we do. If you don't love it, you're not going to stick with it. You're not out here just pick a paycheck up, because you can make this paycheck somewhere, but if you do it and you do it well, you're going to be rewarded very well.
Pays the bills, that's for sure. Gives you a chance to do things with your family that you couldn't do without a college education, so that's definitely a plus. And I just love the work.
It's a good paying job. I mean, it's probably a little bit above average pay. You don't really need a college degree, and a lot of these boys with the overtime and all, they probably make as much as a lot of people that are working with a college degree. So it's great pay, good benefits.
I've got kids that are 23, 24 who are making a lot more money than people who graduated from college. There's a lot of work involved, a lot of overtime, a lot of time away from home, but it's rewarding. And more than just money, but the money helps.
I love everybody who I work with. We're a family. We go on a lot of storm work. There's a lot of storm opportunities, so there's a lot of traveling, a lot of extra money to be made, and keeps us busy, and you learn a lot. I feel like I've learned so much in the past year and a half. But I knew I wanted to go do line work, and my friends, they said, no, your way to go is definitely go to lineman school. I went to school at Southeast Lineman Training Center in Trenton, Georgia. I was there for 4 months. Basically, it's a climbing school and the basic knowledge of trying to become an apprentice lineman. It takes a while to get used to climbing because you're nervous being up on the pole. I mean, it's not like you're climbing a tree stand. They give you boots, your buck squeeze, your safety, all your tools you need. They'll give you bags and everything for it, and then you have to get your CDL permit to actually graduate the class within the first 8 weeks that you're there. You get work on the digger, and you can do some crane stuff. You learn a decent amount. I mean, I had friends, they put applications out everywhere, and they were from lineman school while they were there, and they were getting calls immediately while they were there because SLTC was pretty highly respected school, I'd say, and everybody knows about it, and they were getting phone calls left and right.
Most utility companies want somebody that's come out of a school like Southside Community College's Lineman program or Nash Community College in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. They want to see that they've had some experience or some education there. And with the community colleges, the cost is minimal and the programs are short. You can start off with like a 3 or 4 month program and they'll give you a certificate for completion of the line worker training, or you can stay for 2 years to get an associate's degree, and that's not a bad idea either if you were thinking about starting out in line work and doing the construction side and then moving into maybe design or engineering or management even.
I started off fresh out of college, so I didn't really know what I was getting into, and I really like it so far, and I definitely want to pursue the career. I think there's so many fields that you can go into. I want to definitely go back and get my bachelor's degree in something along the lines of design or engineering.
Lineman schools that they have, they're good for some people, if that's the route you want to take, but it's not necessary. There's plenty of companies now that are hiring kids right out of school.
Either way, yeah, I would say. For schooling, for me, it was mainly just climbing on the job and like doing actual power line stuff. You pick up a lot just being hands-on on the job. Definitely wouldn't hurt to go to school. You get a little bit of a background.
I think the school does help them out climbing and stuff, it really does.
It gives you a good head start.
Yeah.
You could get on with a contractor that has an apprenticeship program like we have, and you could learn from the ground up there. You're learning the same material, it's on-the-job training, a little more fast-paced. Our foremen are trained to train these guys. It's part of their job to educate them. The first-class linemen do it as well, and other people that are experienced are helping them and educating them.
You've got to learn the grind first. That's the most important thing if you're going to go up. Learn the grind, you got to learn the material. And once you do that, then I have a third bucket. I'll put them in the third bucket and they work along with my first-class linemen. And then we move them on as they get comfortable. You know, it's going to take some time. You don't go to school for 2 months, whatever that school is, and just come out here and be a lineman, because it's just not it.
That's where everybody starts, on the ground. You don't just start in a bucket. You're doing groundwork, you learn the material, you learn what you need, when you need it, so these guys in the bucket will have it. At the same time, you're getting on-the-job training, and you'll advance a lot faster than you would, say, if you work for a public utility. With being a contractor, you're more apt to travel. You're more apt to work away from home. You know, a lot of times you'll drive up for the week, stay the week, work, and then drive home on the weekend. So that's part of being a contractor, really.
The contractor world gives you a lot of flexibility, gives you the ability to learn and move forward if you want to, and go to a power company. But it also, with the flexibility, you work 4 days a week, 10 hours a day most of the time. So it gives you 3 days every weekend to do something a little different. It gives you a lot of free time to do that. But as a contractor, you can decide you want to work anywhere in the United States and in some other countries.
Contracting is you travel and you see a lot of things. With storm work, they normally will call out, you know, as much contractors as they can to help them.
Yeah, we travel a lot. We've been, in the last 5 years, I reckon, we've been as far as up north, New York, as far as west as the Mississippi River, Barlow, Kentucky, and all the way down to Fort Canaveral, Florida, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. We do a lot of traveling, and lots all over Virginia, Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C., in that area, Maryland. We do a lot of traveling. But that's how we make our good money.
Yeah, and then you get to see a lot of different stuff when you go on storm troubles.
Yeah, storm trouble is definitely my favorite part. Regular day work it's fun, but then when the storm rolls around, you never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah, you don't know.
Now, I've been on hurricanes in Florida. I've been on ice storms in Detroit. If you ask most linemen, they'll tell you they like doing storm work. They are out there helping these people that are devastated, really, and they can't wait to get their lights on, and you're the only ones that can get it on.
Storm work is one of the things I love about this business, getting out and helping the communities that need it. It's just a great sense when you're out there to help get power back to all the essential things that they need. Makes a big difference in everybody's lives. People don't realize how much they need electricity until it's gone.
You know, it's a good thing to watch the Weather Channel, because then you know whenever there's a hurricane or possible of, you know, a tornado or a snowstorm. so you know that you're probably more likely going to get called out.
You won't be a good lineman unless you're a good weatherman too. You do know when a hurricane is coming somewhere most of the time. So, or you know when a large storm system that's producing tornadoes is rolling across the United States, and we see those coming. It's like you need to be prepared. And then when there's larger situations like a Hurricane Sandy, Hurricane Matthew that recently happened, or a Katrina event, you're going to go somewhere and you're going to be there for sometimes months on end. Once you've done everything and they re-energize that line after you got it up, and then it's the end of the day, it's 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night and all of the lights come back on. It is the best feeling on earth. Just, you know, those people, they got AC now, they have heat, they can get back to normal.
We're pretty much all family, whether you work for the co-ops, whether you work for the power company, or you work for a contractor. When there's a disaster or you're just trying to get a job done, everybody pretty much comes together, works together.
Whoever system you're working on, we're representing their system when we're working on it. Whether it's normal day-to-day work or storm restoration, you represent that system, not only River City Construction. So they want to make sure that you're out there and you're safe, no one's getting hurt, you're not causing outages, knocking the line out unintentionally.
Most of your co-ops now depend on contractors. The contract world, it's not like it used to be. It used to be we were all about production. Now it's all about safety. It's all about cover-up. If you follow safety procedures, do all the safety, cover up, wrap, everything. You know, if you do it all, you're going to go home that night, and the work's going to get done, and nobody's going to get hurt. And you just got to take your time. You got to have it's all common sense.
Common sense safety. There's lots and lots of written rules. There's a lot of unwritten rules in this industry, and you have to abide by both. And you have to be able to have a little bit of common sense to adapt to the situations that occur. Not every written rule is going to cover every situation that you find. So you have to be able to apply those rules and make logical decisions to work through these jobs safely.
Safety has got to be the first thought for any plan you put together, any action you take. Safety has to be on your mind. What's the safest way to do this? What are the hazards involved with what I'm about to do, and how can I look out for them? And how can I mitigate those hazards or engineer something around them? It's the first thing you think about whenever you're putting together a plan, is your safety, or your coworkers' safety, and safety of the public.
You don't be scared of it, you respect it, but you know, we've got things now that can protect us. The older generation's blood is what wrote our rules.
There's guidelines, safety steps put in place, and it's all for your personal safety. As long as you follow them, don't take shortcuts. This job's really not that difficult. It's not that unsafe. I mean, there's aspects of it, like during storm, that's out of your control, but as long as you follow the safety rules, the guidelines that are laid out, everybody should go home safe every day.
Even if you're following all procedures, something still can happen. You just want to, make sure you're always keeping your eye on the work, and as long as you are paying attention as much as possible, you can try to prevent something from happening or helping someone else from having something happen to them.
As long as you follow the proper procedures and everything, you have a good head on your shoulders, you can go home just as safe as when you came to work. You just can't be scared to ask questions neither. If you don't know what you're doing, don't do it.
What differentiates us from other companies is that I have a vested interest in your personal development. I want to see you succeed within our company, to move up. As long as you're working hard and following the safety rules, and you retain the knowledge and everything that you learn out there, you will not be slowed down.
River City's a great company. They're smaller than all the other ones, but you're not just a number, I feel like. Walter's done really good with that. He'll keep care of you. Got a problem, all you gotta do is call him. Whereas other companies, a lot of the bigger ones, you're pretty much a number to them. You don't call the owner of the company.
Yeah, River City's been a good company to work for. It's a small, close-knit company. Here at River City, pretty much everybody knows everybody. It's good. It's a real good company to work for. You sort of feel like family.
River City takes really good care of us. Brand new trucks, really good equipment. always supplying us with new tools, and they take care of us really good.
We can style and profile right with the best of them. So yeah, it's a great company. I mean, I love River City. It's a great. They got retirement. If you want to come to a company and invest in a retirement, they have a great retirement.
Our primary goal is to do the best that we can for our employee, but it boils down to treating your employees as good as you can. As long as they're working hard, we're going to take care of the people, because if we don't take care of them, then they won't take care of the customers. But as long as they're happy, they're well compensated, and they know that they really feel that we do care about them and care about their well-being, both on the job and when they go home and their families, then they'll work hard for us and work hard for our customers and make sure that all their demands and needs are met.
The future is yours, because there's not enough people to fill it. You can pretty much write your own paycheck. If you can keep a CDL license and think on your feet, you're going to make a very comfortable living for the next 20 years without any trouble. Electricity is not going to go away, and there's fewer and fewer and fewer people to do that job. The future is great for those who want to do it.